Good evening, YouTube. This is JB Hertzler with Hertzler Capital, Sun Worshipper Sunscreen, and World Broadcast Report Channel. And today's date is July 25th, 2017. A lot of things happened today. Bitcoin it's just kind of hovering around 2,600. Ethereum's at $209. Litecoin's at 42, Dash is at 196, and there's some new news going on there, which I'm going to get into in a little bit. Just going over the markets right now. So gold is at 1247, silver's at 1643, and yeah, so there's been some movement today. The big story I wanted to kind of go over really quick was the SEC cracks down on ICOs, initial coin offerings, and concludes that tokens are subject to securities law. Wow, okay. So a little bit in groundbreaking news for the blockchain community, moments ago the SEC issued a press release referencing an investor bulletin on ICOs, which concluded that DAO tokens, a digital asset, are securities for regulatory purposes, and cautioned that U.S. securities law may apply to offers and trading of interested in virtual organization targeting the increasingly more popular initial coin offerings. They tweeted, the SEC enforcement tweeted, capital raising through blockchain requires compliance with federal security laws. Well, what if those ICOs aren't originating in the US? And they say, as a result of this change of treatment, those who use ICOs to sell tokens, which as a reminder have now surpassed over $1 billion in net proceeds, will have to register the tokens as securities. Those participating in unregistered offerings may be liable for violations of the securities laws. And that the purpose of the registration is to ensure that investors are sold investments that include the proper disclosures and are subject to regulatory scrutiny for investors' protection. As Gerald Celente would say, that's not even horseshit, that's straight bullshit. Let's see, I had to close it down. Looks like on Zero Hedge, looks like Debbie Wasserman Schultz, their the aide, got arrested while attempting to flee the country, charged with bank fraud. And it's one day after reports emerged that the FBI had seized a number of smashed hard drives and the other equipment from the residence of Imran Awan, and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, former IT staffer. We learned that Awan has been captured at the Dulles airport while attempting to flee the country. Maybe we'll see something from that, hopefully. Let's see. Oh, loyal Venezuelan soldiers get their government-sponsored rewards, and it has a bunch of these people in the military, and they're being gifted with tampons, toilet paper, and toothpaste. Okay, those are perks for a loyal soldier. Venezuela, they just announced that they are going to pull their highest note bill, and that the people have only 10 days to turn them in. Sound familiar? And because of black market dealings and drugs and all those things. So you know what it is. It's a scam, and trying to get everybody to get bank accounts if they don't have bank accounts, or to also basically reel in that money, create havoc, long lines, and if you don't turn it in 10 days, they are worthless. Just happened in India not too long ago. It says, is Venezuela in danger of becoming another Syria? You can't have a war unless there are two sides with a lot of firepower, and that's what we see in Venezuela right now. The nation is a powder keg, and it could blow at any time. Bolivia's president declares total independence from World Bank and IMF. And it's that his quote is, these organizations dictated the economic fate of Bolivia and the world. Today we can say that we have total independence from them. Which, on that same thought, Christine Lagarde just met with the president of China, Xi, and said that their new headquarters will be in Beijing probably within the next decade. So we can see that the SDR, special drawing rights, and the move to the basket of currencies, and what they did last year. You know, China's also created their own gold market. They've opted out of the SWIFT, the US SWIFT system for inter-exchange of monies. And so, you know, that's a big signal that the end of the dollar is coming sooner than later, and that the yuan, or the basket of currencies, is going to be the new world currency, the new reserve currency of the world. So, you know, all these fiat systems of paper money have a certain duration of time. Before the US dollar, it was the pound sterling. And so now I think we can see that the yuan is going to be moving into the world reserve currency, if we don't get the cryptocurrencies and things like that, so we can break away from that whole IMF, World Bank, BIS, Bank of International Settlements system. Let's see. Kid Rock is leading the poll for Michigan Senate race. Let's see. What else we got? Senate passes critical motion to advance Obamacare repeal efforts. With just two Republicans, Suzanne Collins and Lisa Murkowski, voting no, the Senate just passed the critical motion to proceed bill, which will allow for a debate to officially begin to repeal Obamacare. Trump, on how long he will criticize Sessions without firing, and he just says, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it, Trump told the Wall Street Journal when asked how long he could continue to criticize Mr. Sessions without firing him. And he says, I'll just see. It's a very important thing. And that's kind of the same thing where Mueller, who's heading the FBI right now, and these investigations on Russian collusion and everything, and you know, he's, you know, considering firing him and replacing him, putting in his own people. Well, I mean, why not? Mueller is using a team of lawyers that basically are Clinton. They donated money to the Clinton campaign, and now they're looking into Russian collusion, and now you can hear across several news platforms, like I heard it several times on Fox and just different reports, that they are working on a soft coup in this country right now as we speak. It's interesting times, people. Interesting times. So with that, I just wanted to have a brief upload of a video and kind of go over those things because I think they're really important and very relevant right now. And I also want to ask you guys, hey, do you guys have a good job right now? Have you been looking for a job? What do you feel the job market is right now? I know it's very difficult out there. And then when they do have a job, it's like $10 an hour, or you have to jump through all these hoops for licensing and all these other things just in order to get a job that, who knows if you'll make any money. And just kind of wanted to touch base with you on that. Also saying that there's approximately 260 million people out of our population of 330 million eligible for working, right? Working age. And out of those 260 million, 95 million of them are unemployed. So when we hear these numbers like 4 or 5% unemployment, that's just because they have reworked the numbers in order to say that if you've been looking for a job for X amount of weeks, you fall off. And then you'll see these people that have 2, 3 jobs that in order to make a regular living. And also look at your Uber or Lyft drivers. This is the main thing that is driving employment in this country. So we really have to be prepared, stock up on toilet paper, food, water, guns, gold, and a getaway plan. And really talk to your family about, what kind of supplies they think they might need if something would happen, like a backpack, hiking boots, camping gear, camping stoves. I hope we all have those in our bug out bags, in our cars, and everywhere. So, love and light, God bless, and be prepared. Thank you. Bye-bye.